how to start a small bakery business from home. That's what I'll be talking about in this video. So if you search this, or if that's what you're looking for, you're going to want to pay close attention. I'm going to share with you some really important concepts and principles when it comes to not just starting a bakery business from home, but also just starting a business from home in general. So when it comes to this, over the last 3 years, just a brief overview of really the reason why you're going to want to pay attention to what I share with you is over the last 3 years, having started a lot of different types of businesses, some things that worked, some things that didn't work. From that, I can definitely tell you what to avoid, what to look out for, and definitely what to not do, alright? So hopefully the whole point of this video is to save you a lot of frustration, a lot of aggravation that you'd have to go through otherwise if you didn't know this. Because when it comes to a bakery business and operating one from home, alright, it's a very simple business to start, but it's very deceiving at that, to say the least. The process of it, having had and helped friends of mine who have started their own bakery businesses from home, the process of it, it can be a little bit daunting when it's self-producing. What do I mean by that? Simply put, because the business is reliant on production, meaning you have to be baking goods, whether that be a cake, a cupcake, all of it's good to me. I love it. But whatever it is that you're baking, you're offering, all right, you got to keep in mind when you're not baking, new word there, when you're not baking, your income and your business, it stops because it's self-reliant on yourself, on your own production, which is why it's essential when it comes to a home business, alright, looking at a bakery business for this example, you look at hiring other people. And if you don't have the money set aside to hire other people, you're going to have yourself a little bit of a tiff. But from that point, when it comes to actually starting a bakery business, you're looking at adding up your overhead. So it's really a buy low, sell high kind of business model, meaning you are really going to the grocery store, you're buying goods from the grocery store, you're making something with those grocery items, alright, and from that you're creating a piece, a product, a service, alright, that you're going to be known for, and you're offering that, and you want to make sure that out of all the money that you spent at the grocery store to accumulate all the ingredients made for that baking material, alright, that baking final product, that you are actually turning a profit. So that's really the model in a sense. That's how you get started. You want to make sure that you're actually profiting a decent amount where you can reinvest into the business, and then it goes from looking at that, alright, once you have that figured out, to figuring out how many customers you're going to need on a monthly basis to cover your overhead, but not just cover your overhead costs with groceries and other stuff like equipment and supplies, but actually be able to pay you enough money and income to where you can actually have a lifestyle where you can go out and do what you want when you want. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's not too confusing, and that's really how it works. And then from there, it's all about learning the skills required to build the business, which I would suggest learning how to build a business online would be the first thing that you look into, even before you consider starting a bakery business from home. If you're looking at building a business from home because you want a lucrative business, the best tip I would give you: learn how to build a business online, especially if you want to build a business from home. Alright, I'd advise you to do that before you consider a bakery business, just because the overhead, the work required, it can drain you a little bit. It can give you a little bit of 18-hour days getting used to that, and if you're fine with that, by all means go for it. But if you hear me out here for a minute, my experience with this goes back over the last year when I came across a person who was building a business from home on the internet, and they didn't have to go out to the grocery store. They didn't have to buy low and sell high, mark up price, or create their own products and services. And because, pardon me, they didn't have to do that, that meant that they had a lot of leverage. And the amount of leverage they really had, to give you an idea, this person was making 5 times the amount of money every single month that I was making in a whole year. So they're making a high multiple 6, almost 7-figure income, and it was really attractive to me, working on their computer without creating their own products and services or doing anything technical. And I started to model and copy what they're doing, was able to in turn create a full-time income business part-time in a period of a couple weeks, which it's not average, it's not typical, but if you really want to build a business from home, like I said, I know you're looking for how to start a bakery business from home, and I'd advise you, before you take that approach, if you're only looking at this because you like the leverage and idea of working from home, and that's really what you're looking for, the internet is the best model you could tap into and leverage. Alright, an online business working from home. It's like an icing, and then you got the ice cream cake. Alright, it's just made. It's made for it. Alright, the internet, home-based business, it's just the best thing you could tap into, best model, most profitable model where you don't have to deal with that overhead, all right, when you know what you're doing with the right guidance and help, and you don't have to go through a big learning curve or create your own products. So I hope that helps you out, and because there's so much noise out there, the best thing you could do is really just connect with someone who's building a business online. It's what really worked for me, and if it worked for me, I'm no rocket science genius, I'm not a technical guy. If it worked for me, that just shows it can definitely work for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got the nuggets out of this video and you can go apply them, take action, and I look forward to hearing your success story on the next one. And most importantly, make sure after this video, if you really do want to learn how to build a business from home on the internet, if you want to learn the skills to doing that, make sure to check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put a link in the description below. But aside from that, I'll see you on the beach of the world, my friend, and take care.